What is going on, everybody? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brick World. Good morning to the fourth person on the panel.
Just in time.
What's going on, brother? How you doing? Is he muted or is it just
I'm all right. How about you?
silent? Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh, he's talking now.
No, I'm having some Wi-Fi issues right now.
Yeah, I
So
think
we-
all of us except for
Hello?
Rich are having issues because like I was having issues this morning running late. Brick Babe's
I
not
try to
feeling
tell
good.
y'all all the time, if y'all quit logging on to Brick Babe's internet and just buy your own internet, she already has enough problems as it is. Now she's got y'all stealing everything from her.
Oh my God.
Waffle House Wi-Fi is just so nice.
Exactly. Did you put the password in? Remember, it's smothered, covered with capital S.
Smothered and covered.
Smothered
Oh
and
my God.
covered.
That's what they changed it to. Okay.
No wonder y'all are lagging so much.
Yeah, it's been a wild morning. But yes, here we are. Another Sunday, another Good Morning Brick World. Another week has gone by. It's been an interesting week. Also been a sad week. Rest in peace to Carl Weathers. That one definitely hit kind of hard. I mean, a lot of, as you get older, a lot of celebrities and people that you grew up listening to, watching, they pass on, just like that is life. But Carl,
was he Grief Karga to you, or was he Apollo Creed?
Actually, dude, I would say Grief, but dude, his role in Predator, man.
I was about to say Predator is what I know. Like I guess Rocky's a good movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I was pretty young when Rocky came out, like really, really young. And I mean, I watched it a bunch of times, and his character in that, and not even just the first one, man, but like I think it might have been Rocky 3. I remember because when he came out, and I think that was the movie when his character actually died. But remember, he came out and like they were playing James Brown, like living in America, man. He had on like the American trunks, dude. And it wasn't just the characters, man. It was just how he played them, and even right down to Grief. I mean, a lot of people, man. We got attached to that character, man. He was he wasn't just like some little side character that was in the first season, man. Like he kept recurring, but yeah, rest in peace, brother. We definitely gonna miss you, that's for sure. So, the topic for this week is actually going to be something a little interesting. And we're not going to try and point fingers or make anybody feel guilty or anything like that.
We are. Don't get it twisted.
I know
this is about to be an intervention for some of y'all.
The cash, the bread, the cheese, the dough, the moolah, the duckies. Lego spending, Lego budgeting. And this is, I don't think I've ever really, I've talked about this a lot, but I don't think we ever had like a topic per se about the actual money aspect of it. And it's something I've really been interested in because I know where I kind of stand on stuff. And before I even start, this isn't talking about like just a parent buying like a Lego set for their kid, for a birthday or something like that. We're collectors. Most of us are in this category where we spend quite a bit on Lego. But I want to get into stuff like, do we budget? How much do we spend? Do you spend it mostly on sets? Do you spend it on mocks? And then there's a lot of other stuff that revolves around it that you all know about. Storage, travel, conventions, stuff like that. Lego itself is not a cheap thing to collect or buy. The world that revolves around Lego is also not a very cheap thing to, immerse yourself in. But it is possible, and a lot of people are very good at being frugal and knowing how to, budget and buy. And we'll go over all that stuff. Before we get too deep into it, I want to say hello and thank you to the Replay Gang. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. Not just on Good Morning Brick World. I see on a lot of different stuff that either all of us do or stuff out there that you guys do. The Replay Gang is strong. Definitely I know a lot of people were talking about listening to the live stream while like they were doing stuff, and it made me feel good. Just nice when you can entertain people, even if it's not at that moment. Also, I am still currently working on Apple. I am getting ready to start open up an iHeart Radio account as well. Get us on there. But we are on Spotify if you do want to listen to us, like not at the moment on the fly and not have to worry about like watching stuff. You know, you can actually listen to it. In the description, you will see a link to everybody's pages, whether it's YouTube or Instagram. I encourage everybody to please go over there and sub to everybody.
Hit that like also.
Yes, please hit the like
Hit that
button.
like.
It is part of a healthy breakfast.
If you don't break the keyboard while hitting it, then you're not doing it right.
I like this stream so much.
I want you to go like original Call of Duty rage quit mode. That's what I want. I want you to rage quit the like button.
Well, that's a callback right
Don't
there.
rage quit the stream. Just rage quit the like button.
Yeah, don't rage quit the stream. Just like that.
Like, I'm out of here, man.
I'm gonna like it, but I'm gonna leave.
Right. But yes, please do like the stream, and like I said, please go sub to everybody. Everybody puts out some really awesome content. You know, it's a little bit of variety for all kinds of different interests out there. Brick Babe, I see you got that phone booth right there. We will definitely do a little bit of talking about that. I'm sure London Bridge Bricks has talked about it enough for the whole damn community. So we don't need to get into deep into it. But it was nice, I will say. It was pretty cool to see the designer on London Calling the other day. Definitely have some cool stuff to say.
I think I can build it in 2 hours. What do you guys think? I'm about to crack it open.
I mean,
I'm a slow builder.
We'll see.
It's faster than me. It'd take all day to build it, I'm sure. All right.
Said you are a builder. Don't
worry. One more thing before we get into the good mornings. It is Black History Month, and we will be doing the next 2 episodes. It's kind of like a part 1, part 2 about Lego, Black History Month, and just, you know, as far as the African American community involved in Lego. There are a couple different subjects that we do want to discuss a little more in depth. One of them, I think I know me, Rich, and I'm definitely sure Lene as well have kind of an opinion on. I'm sure Drew might as well, but I'm not 100% sure how strong his opinion is compared to the rest of us. But we do have a couple different subjects we want to kind of go over. We will probably, I hate to say for sure because you never know, something might happen, but we probably will have guests. I would like to have, African American guests, obviously, to kind of get their perspectives and views on just things, in the community, since we'll be discussing that. So just want to throw that out there so everybody knows what we got going on this month. All right, let's go ahead and get into the good mornings. Let's see here. Let's get back.
Hey, can we take a second real quick before you go through the good mornings?
Yes.
Will has posted, Mr. Porter 66 says that it is his daughter Taylor's birthday. Can she get some birthday wishes?
Happy birthday, Taylor!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah. I wish I had a birthday thing going. I need to put a birthday thing in here. Real quick, let me write this down. I'm writing this down right now. So that way we can go ahead and we'll put it in the celebrations next week. All right.
Andre's building a phone booth now too.
Oh my gosh!
Why? I need to quit with that phone booth. That phone booth is not loyal. It's just,
hater.
I'm not a hater. Okay. I'm practical. You spent over $100 on a square or a rectangle.
Look,
that set is actually it's more rectangle, not square, but yeah.
Is that not one big huge square?
What?
Your castle.
She kind of got you there.
No, actually, it's not. It's different levels.
It's a castle. So it's a castle. It's a square.
Well,
thanks.
Technically, but it's square-ish.
It's actually an octagon.
It's about as square as that big dome of yours.
Drew, did you get this? You got the phone booth too?
No.
Oh, then what are you building?
I'm building more of my mock.
Oh, I thought you were building a phone booth. I'm sorry.
I grabbed these two as well.
No, I'm not. I don't have any correlations to a phone booth. So,
Lene, I was going to send you a picture the other day. Have you seen where that guy has taken, the Spider-Man helmet that's coming out?
And turned into a mech?
No, I don't know how he did it.
He
But
didn't
he's
light
got
it
the
up?
piece count for it, or all the pieces for it, and he rebuilt it in studio, making every Spider-Man mask there ever has been. So, including like Gwen Stacy, the Black Symbiote, the one where he was actually like Black Spider-Man. There's one that it's the black one with the no webbing. There's the one that's like gold webbing. I mean, it's like every single Spider-Man there's ever been.
And they're rebrickables for him?
No,
I don't know.
right?
I think he's coming out with the instructions.
Oh.
It said to be continued on it, so I don't know if he's.
I saw a
Please
speaking of
send
Spider
it.
Gwen. I saw a statue or whatever, whatever you want to call them. I mean, I guess statue, but yeah, it was of Spider Gwen. Man, it was really good. It was a really good statue. If I wasn't collecting Lego, man, I'd be all over those statues and busts. But yeah. There's definitely some really rad stuff out there when it comes to that. All right. Oh, and yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. There is a poll out there. We will be looking at that poll during the second hour when we talk about Lego budgeting and spending. The poll is, how do you buy Lego? It says I budget or I impulse buy. Right now we got 27 votes and it says 67% say I budget. And listen, remember this poll. Remember, this poll is anonymous. So if we want honest answers, honestly. So if you don't budget, don't put you budget. You know what I mean? Like,
I budget.
I'm not going to be like,
stick to it.
Oh, Brick Babe, you're lying. That's not.
I don't stick to it. Yeah, I have a problem.
I'm just using you as an example.
Some more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, there's a lot of different directions to go into this topic. Even on how you buy the Lego. Like, do you use a credit card? Do you use cash? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, all right. Let's get into these good mornings. Rob Claxton, good morning, Brickroll Gang. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. Redmond Bricks, what's going on? Who else we got here? Johnny Bills, what's going on? Howdy. Jesse's Brick Galaxy, good morning.
Good morning, Jesse.
Jesse, you see yourself on the intro riding into town with Gandalf by your side there. Big Nate, what's going on? Big Nate still has that sorting hat. I almost couldn't remember the name. Which I don't know. That's another subject of topic. I think that thing looks ugly. Anyways, Equinox.
That thing looks ugly, but you bought the phone booth.
I didn't buy the phone booth. What are you talking about? I do want the phone booth. I'm just.
Oh, I thought you had bought it.
No, he's not a hater, Rich.
No, I hate.
I'm about to say, don't you ever say that?
Yeah, I think I hate probably more than anybody. No, I do like it a lot. I can't justify spending over $100 for it right now.
Can we get a quick flight of the Ornithopter? Can we get that real quick?
Oh, dude, I really
should get that.
I should have clipped that. I know.
When you started doing that, I was like, okay, whatever. And then you started like moving your chair.
I know. That was hilarious.
And I don't think about it, man. I'm just being stupid. You know what I mean? And then Brent clipped it. And then Sean clipped it. And then I was like, yeah, that's pretty funny. So I clipped it. I should do like a donation clip or something for it or something. I don't know. Anyways. That's just me being dumb, everybody. Let's see. Goblin Zero, what's going on? Good morning. How you doing? Hippo Sunday to you. Oh, that's kind of a play on Happy Sunday to you. Got it. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Rob, what's going on? My Bricks and me, good morning. Brick Hive, moving past that guy. Ricardo, what's going on? Good morning. Heading to London tonight for work, so trying to get my Lego fix in. Looking Forest Dale too. I want to go to London, man. And then after seeing other people going over there, I'm like, man. And it's so crazy because when Mrs. Hive and I first started dating, like first couple of years, she was like, "You want to go to London?" I was like, "Heck no." I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm not flying over the ocean, but now I'm like, yeah, I want to go. One Brick Stud, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Nails, what's going on? How you doing, Joseph? Thank you for being here. So looking forward to the show. Whistling along. Oh, that's funny. I saw Johnny say he can't whistle. I'm not really good at it either. Rob said, did I hear someone say wife issues or was it Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
They might have that other too. But
we don't dare say live life issues. That's
Better
something you
not.
say when you're not live in a corner. And you're like, oh man, my wife is driving. Walt, what's going on? Oh man, you are coming into my wheelhouse. Camel City Brick House, what's going on?
What's
He was also the coach in Happy Gilmore. Yes, Happy Gilmore. That was
it's Chubbs.
he's been in a lot of stuff, actually, a lot more than people realize. I think he didn't get, and it happens, I guess, with a lot of actors and actresses, man. He didn't get his due, in my opinion. He didn't get the recognition I think he deserved. I think even more so, unless you're a little bit older and maybe grew up with some of those movies we were talking about. I mean, yes, a whole new generation found him in Mandalorian, but like, dude, he did so much stuff, man. You know what I mean? In like Rocky alone, he was a pivotal part of that whole franchise, man. And but anyways, what you got there, Lenny? What was that? Oh,
Hold on real quick.
nice. I think
Step 9.
Pink Wheels.
We got a rage quitter.
He's Pink Wheels, what's going on? How you doing? Good morning.
Hello there.
Let's see here. Goblin Zero says my last 4 months this purchases has been trickling except for 4 box of boys. Well, I feel like that's another aspect to spending as well, which I'm hoping we'll remember to touch upon, the whole like army building type stuff, and I don't not just cloners, but like
Just out of curiosity, in the panel, I'm the only like army building guy, right?
No, I build armies.
I build clone custom armies.
Okay, all right.
I don't
like to read. I don't like to just speak for people, but I feel like rich means more than 10 or even 20 figs.
I don't build armies at all.
I don't budget for that. So
Because I've got about a dozen. I've got about a dozen clones, but that's just because they came with some of the sets I bought. But and again,
I got a dozen clones on the table just chilling right now, waiting to be put in with the rest. I'm like, look, here's a 212.
I remember visiting Titanium Jay's place, and he was showing us like his collection of stuff, and he just had like a ball, like I can't remember if it was in a plastic bag or rubber band, but just like ball of clones, dude. Like it had to been like 100 or so clones, just like in this ball. You
know what's something that's really crazy about like army building though, especially when it comes to stuff like Titanium J. If you're doing anything Ninjago, a lot of the times, as long as you don't mind waiting, you can get all the Ninjago enemies that are, especially the ones that are like current, on Pick-a-Brick for next to nothing a piece because Lego owns them. So you can get like a whole figure with a head for maybe like $3 a piece.
Yeah,
which seems like a lot if you want 100 of them because it's $300. But mind you that if you're doing that with a clone trooper army, you just spent $900. Like,
well, and that's something else. I'm kind of hoping we'll remember to kind of touch upon in the topic of the second hour is like he just did some math there. You know what I mean? Like. And that's something definitely that I'm learning more and more and more as I've been mocking more and more and more is like, okay, yeah, if you need 100 of these and they're $3 a piece, I know that's simple math, but it's just something you don't think about when you're just imagining like building stuff. You're like, oh,
like,
put numbers together.
That's super cheap.
They were on the BAM tower too, like a few, like the blue and the red and a green one were on the BAM.
Well, the Ninjago characters are always going to be easier to achieve because not Ninjago set, it at least comes with like.
Oh,
now he has wife.
I thought it was me.
I mean,
I
that's
wasn't
an
gonna say anything.
way to get.
Breaking up, buddy. Oh, you're frozen.
I was like, Brickbait's gonna start rip. Yeah, you froze up. I was like, Brickbait's gonna start ripping on your internet.
Facts.
All right. Well, I guess while you're figuring that out, we'll keep going. Fabu Brick.
So much better.
What's going on, Fabu? Oh, there you go. You're moving now. Fabu Brick.
I was gonna say it froze all of y'all. It didn't freeze me, but I guess it was mine.
He's like, it's all of your guys' internet that's messed up.
And not
well,
like
I didn't know.
Chat, you're in too. That's so funny.
Not Rich. Everybody else.
The weird thing is I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in.
Well, I mean, obviously, every once in a while, clearly, we're all going to have some type of issue. I know I've had them in the past. I mean, it's just the internet because it could be your lines outside, and you're on the East Coast too. Well, I don't know how close to the coast you are, but I know you get some weather, so definitely get some wind.
Did you
Fabu
spell
Brick.
smothered right?
Right. Fabu Brick is new around here. I saw you commented on the Hive stream. I got to get to all those comments, by the way. So if you did comment on there, I will get to them. But thank you for being here, Fabu. Hey, definitely one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Christine Harper and Will, what's going on? Hoarder 66 in the house. Good morning to both of you. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Johnny Build says when we do content. We do content. Oh, I mean, we do.
What?
I mean, if you do, that's good too. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Let's see here. Goblin Zero, Bricklink, dang, spell correct. Yeah, I know, right? Andre, what's going on, Andre? Good morning.
Pop
It says I'm building the phone booth now before work. Oh, okay. Right on. Mod Mom, good morning to you. How you doing? Let's see here. Let me see here. I'm trying to make sure I'm catching up to everybody here. Let's see. Don't remind me about birthday. Oh, yours is tomorrow. Well, Rob Claxton, let me write that down. We'll try and remember to get you in the celebrations. King Oldendorf says, "What's up, dude and ladies? What's going on, King Oldendorf? How you doing, KO?" Let's see. Johnny Build says you need an option mostly plan budget, sometimes impulse. Well, you can only put so many options in that thing. So Jude, what's going on? How you doing? Back Roads, good morning. Says I usually only buy sale or clearance Legos, so it's usually an impulse buy. Right on. But it's still pretty smart. Brick Babe is addicted to Legos, so that's why she buys without checking her budget.
Okay, who said that?
That was KO. That was King Olden.
Let me tell you, I have a budget, but when I get in the store, oh my gosh, it's not good.
Tough sometimes. It's tough, man. You know, we all know. I mean, we all go through it. Some people are really good about it, but you know, everybody has their days. James Blades, man, I like that name. Blades, what's up? Who's buying some of the new Bricklink sets?
No one.
Oh
Things are too
gosh,
expensive.
dude. They're very expensive, man. I want to get that train stop, but I just don't think it's gonna happen, man.
I'll be honest, that train stop does look really, really cool.
I don't even we can even debate on like if it's worth the price, blah blah blah. But I just don't have that. But maybe this I do also like the smallest one, that little beach hot hamburger grill thing type.
Oh, the silver
yeah. So I think that's around like $50 or so. I might probably get that, but we'll see. I'm trying to be very strategic about spending, you know, because a lot of stuff's going on. Rusty, what's going on? Good morning. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Cajun A-Fall, just dropping in to say hello. I'm about to start on my first mock today. Well, good on you for starting your first mock today.Hank you for being here and stopping by. EMS Bricks, also known as Renee. Good morning, Brick World family.
Renee.
Good morning to you. See, yeah, he had a huge acting.
Why does Drew's picture look like he has on a crop top? That's my first time noticing that. I looked, I was like, what? It looks like a crop top. Get it, Drew?
Are you judging his style?
I mean,
no, you don't want to see me in a crop top.
He pulls it off. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Fabu says he had a huge acting range. That's right. That's right. He sure did. Bricklock, what's going on? Mr. Lincoln in the house. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hey, Bricklock.
Or I think I'm almost at the bottom here. Johnny Build says the stair. Yeah, man, the stair. I know. Army building for me is usually 4 to 5 boxes of boys, which gives you 12 to 20 figs, which is good for smaller medium mocks. Yeah. You don't have to have like, you know, an insane amount of numbers for an army, but generally when you're army building, yeah, you're at least going to be in those numbers that you just said. Backroad says I got my entire bone army from Pick a Brick. I love that Ninjago Monkey Kid figs are there. Nice. Yeah, they Pick a Brick walls. I was going through them not too long ago, and yeah, they do have quite the selection. Actually, I was hoping, does the build a minifigs stuff, is that also on the Pick a Brick wall as well? Like,
yes.
You know, online? Because
yes.
I wanted to get
it
those.
It is, but it's a lot more expensive.
Because you're
So-
buying individual pieces.
So if you go to a Lego store, you can get. It depends on where you go. Some people are really strict and they make you actually build full figures. But normally you can get 15 items out of the bins and put them in the little blister pack thing. And it's any 15 items. So if you wanted 15 heads, you could do 15 heads of when all the red falcons were in there. That's what I was doing. I was just going and buying 15 torsos. So you're getting 15 torsos for $9, essentially $10 with tax, however you want to look at it. And then if you go to the Pick a Brick online, you're going to pay pretty much $1 and some change a piece for a torso.
Interesting.
But the thing is the BAM section does have a lot of exclusive content that they don't put on Lego's website, like those red falcons.
Because I really like the selection of the Build-A minifigs that they got right now, or that started February 1st. I haven't gone to the Lego store, but I was like, well,
a lot of people don't realize it, but if you go to especially if you don't want like accessories, I mean, you got to think that a minifig, a torso, a pair of legs, a head, and a hat is 4 pieces. They technically want you to put 3 in there, so that's 12. And you kind of can make, I mean, especially if you're going to build like a city or something, you can get a lot of really unique figures out of there versus just buying sets and using like the random civilians they have in sets.
Well, and I mean, I like a lot of the stuff that's out right now, but I definitely wanted to get that pink brick. I think I might be missing one. I'm not sure, but I got the red, the blue, the green. I think it's teal, orange, and then like a dark blue.
Are you talking about where you build the 2x4?
No, those. What Bricklik's got.
I don't have any of those.
I've got 6 of them.
Make an army of them.
Yeah, so I've got like 6, so that would be my 7th one. But I feel like there's 8 of them, but I can't remember for sure. But the thing that's weird about those is like 2 of them were in the CMF packs. One was already, I think, a Build-A minifig. I can't remember where the other one was. I want to say it was in a set, but Joel's Bricks, what's going on? I just save money, and whenever my parents go to Cardiff, I normally buy whatever I fancy on the day, or I just spend it all if there's a good clearance in my local. That's the thing too. Is sometimes it is an impulse buy because you might see something on super clearance. I saw the Dreams set that's got the alligator vehicle or whatever. That's like $35 right now in my Walmart. I don't have any desire to get it, or I probably would have picked it up. But I was like, man, if somebody really wanted that set, that's almost 50% off. That's like 40 or whatever. Lego Longoria, good morning. Backward says my Lego store won't let us get 15 of the same piece, just full figs. Most BAM fig parts are exclusive.
Yeah, see, a lot of people's stores are like that. I know that there is a local store to us that there was a lug that got busted for going in and pretty much buying a crap ton of pieces off of there, putting them in boxes, and then taking them home and putting them on Bricklink.
Yeah.
And they stopped that to where you have to buy full figures, but some stores will still let you get away.
Well, I remember 2 people in particular talking about certain things because they both worked at Lego. One was Shy, one was Mr. Henkel. And they brought up examples. I can't remember specifically. I don't want to paraphrase necessarily, but where they themselves, or they knew like the Lego store would let them get away with certain things. Like, you know how like some Lego stores would feel the bags for us and we would know what to buy. Well, most of them would do it. Some Lego stores won't, because their manager's like, no, we're not supposed to do that. So like it's weird how there's like this give and take depending on your manager, or how strict
around here. It's not so much of what the Lego store is, it's a matter of who you are. The Lego store has never stopped me from doing anything like that. They've got a bunch of people that, I mean, they won't let do that. But at the same time, like, I think it's because people make certain things obvious. If you're making it obvious that you're going into a Lego store to buy stuff for cheaper so you can go put it on Bricklink to sell it, they're going to be more amped to not help you versus someone like me who's just mass buying it so I can use it. Like, and that's a whole nother like subject when it comes to
Yes.
like,
And
are
that's
you hoarding things like I am, or are you actually just buying them to make a profit?
Well, I'll tell you something, Rich. That's a similar subject. Kind of, I would like to talk about that soon because something else that's kind of ties into that a little bit is the a lot of sellers getting stuff maybe from factories or whatever, like figs, and
Have you seen already? There is God, what is his name? He has 2 base plates full of Malik figures already.
So that's what I was gonna say. Because guess who got a Malik figure the other day?
You.
That's right.
Did it?
I and it wasn't even remotely as expensive as I thought it would be.
How much was it?
I ended up paying with tax and shipping about $35.
He comes in what, the $100 R2? So that's not that bad.
No, considering that I know because I discussed it, everybody. We're not going to talk about this that much because it's not part of the stream. But like other people have told me, like sell the R2 or part it out or whatever, different stuff. It just saves me whatever $70 of spending money on the R2 unit. You know what I mean? Plus, I really like it, so I'm going to keep it for myself. And it will probably, I'm sure, go up in pretty good value because they're not going to make another Malik or whatever. So when the day comes, I might sell it. Like I doubt I'll ever sell my Darth Revan. I just love that fig too much. But I might sell the Malik, years down the road. Depends.
If you're going to keep that, I would definitely get another Malik and just hold on to it.
But here's the thing that I didn't think about when I impulsively pulled the trigger getting that thing because it was an auction, so you got to do it fast. It didn't come with a cape. I don't know how exclusive that cape might be because it is kind of a different looking cape.
What you really didn't think of is in a couple months they're going to release a Starfighter that's $13 and it's going to have him in it. So you actually
I'll be like, no.
God,
Aren't you one of the ones that bought Rex?
No.
You didn't buy because he was what, $45?
I don't remember. Every once in a blue moon, I'll spend more money, way more money than I should on a fig. I mean, I got a good deal from Titanium J on the Revan. I spent like $90 some dollars for it or whatever. But it wasn't sealed, but it doesn't matter. That's a really good deal. I spent a pretty good amount. You guys will laugh at me, but I spent a pretty decent amount for a Sabine Wren. But it was from the Rebels. You know what I mean? The one with the helmet. So every once in a while,
Fabu said Malik is safe. The Lego only screws over prequel fans.
There it is.
You ain't lied, man. You ain't lied. What? Oh, I was like, what are you building? But yeah, I was like, you're building that phone booth. I'm like, what is that red thing you got going on? Hold on, let me check out some comments. By the way, Bricksmith, woo! What's going on, brother? How you doing? Let's see. Rob says the Lion Knights torso that are now out is an issue from last year. I remember buying like 3 or 4 packs of 15 torsos from one of the Chicago stores during Brickworld Chicago. Interesting.
The problem with buying those are that the Red Falcon legs are pretty common because they're just like dual molded legs with silver or gray up top and black on the bottom. But those Lion Knight legs are actually printed to match the torsos. So there's a lot of people that were buying straight torsos and then wanting legs, and it's like, well.
Let's see here. Backwards, as I said, is awesome. Dreams is super underrated. Yeah, Dreams is good stuff. I almost got it just because the figs were pretty cool, and there's really cool pieces in it, but I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I can't spend that money right now. Well, it says most stores know their regulars and who is reselling and who isn't. Very true. A lot of us, we go to the same store and they definitely recognize us because we go in there all the time. King says, gotta go now, so enjoy the rest of the stream, everyone. Also, don't forget to leave a like. Thank you, King. We appreciate you, brother. Fabu says, be friendly, not weird, and the employees will want to help you. And that also goes with probably just about any kind of business, man. I know a lot of us, maybe haven't worked in the like customer service type industry or whatever, but it's difficult sometimes. But if you're nice to most people when they're working, man, like they'll be good to you too, because they're probably just having a crappy day or trying to get through the day. And I just know from my own experience, man, like when I go to residents' homes, if they're nice to me instead of just being all angry or whatever, because obviously I'm there to fix something, dude, it makes the whole work order go so much better.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Big name. Ooh, hey, you Bricksmith. Those Maliks are stolen property. Mexico will destroy the value of that fig. That's why I was saying, tell him Rich, like that's definitely a topic I want to talk about because I don't know the right answers to some of that stuff because again, without getting in too deep into it, yes, I feel like it does do something to the market. How much I don't know because it's not like they're pumping out hundreds of thousands of figs or anything. I don't know how many, but I don't think it's as much as we probably think.
I actually don't think it does anything to the market whatsoever because it doesn't take away from actually getting the. I mean, nobody. Let's just face it. Right now, for the next year and a half, that fig is still going to be very reachable.
Also, who is it affecting? It's affecting the aftermarket sellers of that, and I don't like to pee on anybody's business or nothing like that, but it's just. I don't know. And here's the other aspect to it that I think we touched upon on like the last Good Morning Brick World real quick was like, dude, Lego's got to know this stuff is going on. It's one thing if it was just a little bit, but clearly just over and over this keeps happening. So they've got to know.
I mean, put on your tinfoil hat. They could be the ones that are doing something with it, you know.
Now maybe one day Lego will be like, oh, well, I think a lot of this stuff is going on Whatnot instead of Bricklink. So now we're going to have a problem with that because we don't get nothing from Whatnot. You know what I mean? So, because I think you guys, correct me if I'm wrong out in the chat and everybody, because I don't know. But let's say I have a Bricklink store and I acquired 100 Maliks or whatever. If I just dropped 100 Maliks on Bricklink, I feel like that would probably raise some red flags. I don't know.
It would. So
not a couple, but like a bunch.
One of the things that people don't realize that there's ways around it, but I'm going to use this for a huge example because I don't think that you know about this without being in a lug and everything. So lug bulk. So your Lego account is registered to an email. Your Bricklink account is registered to an email. So if you're a Bricklink seller and those are the two emails, and Lego sees that you went on the lug bulk order and you got 2,000 goats. We're going to use a goat for an example. And then all of a sudden, once they're shipped out and everything else, your Lego Bricklink store now has 2,000 goats under that same email. They're going to pop you almost. I'm not going to say immediately, but you're getting popped. It
Your
might
lug
be a month
is, yeah.
down the road. It might be something you're getting popped.
And your entire lug is. You're like,
It's not you. Your whole lug's going down because you could always do it to where, well, me and you're in the same lug. You ordered the pieces, but they're on my Bricklink store. That's not the way it works because your email is not only registered to you, it's registered to Lego underneath that lug. So when it comes to figures, I don't think that that's a big possibility, especially on something that like Malik that's not released. Like you're not going to be able just to go buy that in lug bulk. Lego doesn't sell Star Wars figures any kind of way by themselves. But I do know that you have a high chance of. I mean, there's a bunch of people on there. If you just go to Bricklink sometimes and look at like random figs, like Darth Revan, you're not going to find a seller that has more than like 2 Darth Revans, maybe 3 at tops, or like a Chrome Vader or some of like the really expensive figs. But you can go on there and there's people that have like ridiculous amounts of some of the common figs.
Yeah, and see, this is why I want
topic hit it on the head. That's why a lot of people are going to eBay and Whatnot because Lego can't do anything about that.
Right. And go ahead.
I was gonna say if you were to buy 4,000 goats off a lug bulk and then go to eBay and sell them, there's no tracking there. Lego doesn't have any kind of control of eBay.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot to this because it's a weird thing. You know what I mean? Because if we removed what we're talking about with these sellers selling these figs, which when we do this topic eventually, which we will, this would be probably the first one for the next month or whatever. We can start debating on like whether certain things are stolen, how it's stolen, why you would say it's like there's like I said, there's a lot of complexity to this. But let's remove that aspect. If I wanted to buy a Malik, you know, and again, I want to be transparent. I did buy one on Whatnot the other day, but if I wanted to buy one without that, it probably would cost a lot more because the only way they're going to sell them is if you buy that $100 set, right? You know what I mean? And then I don't
necessarily think they're going to cost that much more. So what people like, and I know this might start a war out there, but there's a lot of people that don't realize that the price of a fig comes from the set that it comes in minus most of the pieces. So you got to realize like that R2D2. I'm gonna look it up real quick. How much is that? How many pieces are in that R2D2?
Is the thing like 1,300 or something? Maybe, I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact, but the price is also it goes up or down depending on demand, and the demand for this fig is going to be insane. Well, you know what I mean? So if you can't just buy them in bulk and then sell them like that, and you got to buy $100 sets instead, and then piece them, out, because then you're left over with a $100 set you can't really do anything with unless you want 100 R2D2s.
Yeah, but just on Bricklink, I don't think that you're going to have to worry about that at all, because on Bricklink, so if all four of us have a Bricklink store and we all have a Malik on there, whoever in the chat is looking for a Malik, they're obviously going to try to find the cheapest one because they're all going to be brand new. And the brand new ones, if your store has them at a ridiculous price, like you bought yours for what, 35 with shipping? So if I have mine for 25 plus shipping and yours was 35 plus shipping, they're obviously going to pick mine over yours.
Right.
And a lot, especially the people that go out there. But I also do not think, and this might be completely wrong, but I know enough Bricklink store owners to know that there are not too many people out there on Bricklink that are going and buying one figure from somebody. They're just not.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And one more thing I'll add to this before we move on is this isn't just Malik. Like, I've often wondered, and I could probably ask because I know a few of these guys, man, well enough to probably ask, but I just feel like it's none of my business, But like, I do wonder how some of them get as many figs as they do. Like, it even seems like I've even seen some people that are big on whether YouTube or Instagram or whatever, but they don't really go on Whatnot that much. But every once in a while, man, they'll have like a huge surplus of like all these different figs and all that. And yeah, I'm like, who has 100 of these figs, man? Like, because it's not like it's a Luke Skywalker, you know what I mean? It's something like a Malik or a certain clone or something like, So it's definitely interesting. I almost want to see maybe if we can get like a Whatnot seller to come on, maybe to kind of defend their position on it. I just
imagine like the old school like video where it's just a silhouette of a black figure and like a distorted voice.
I know, like just disguise their voice, right. Because again, I don't look, and I know this sounds stupid coming from me, you know what I mean? But like, I don't want anybody to necessarily specifically hate on anybody, man, or like throw hate towards somebody. Like, don't make it personal or anything, you know what I mean? If you disagree about the subject or whatever, that's respectable, because this isn't an easy black or white issue, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely some lines to stand on if you have a really firm belief on it. But yeah, it's definitely a complex subject. Oh man, you guys definitely got some good comments on it too. Gosh, so look, like I said, when we talk about this more, I definitely want all you guys that are or ladies to have these opinions and comments, man. I want you guys to bring this stuff back, because this is like I said, it's a very complex issue, and we do have
news.
All right, so listen, the news isn't gonna be too crazy. Just a couple things I wanted to go over, talk about. So the first thing right off the bat that was severe news to me that I learned in our meeting the other day. And I don't even know how many of you guys might know it out there, because I even looked it up, and I couldn't really find anything on it. The price of the Pick-a-Brick box went up.
Oh,
and it didn't just go up like 50 cents or $1. Well, I guess the small box went up $1, but the bigger box went up $2, man.
It's almost $20 now. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dude. Now, listen, the reason why this upsets me a lot, because I saw somebody commented on my Hive stream about like, oh, you believe in capitalism, but like you don't want prices to go up or whatever. Like, first of all, you must not watch the whole stream, because one, who does want prices to go up? Nobody wants prices to go up. But I said I understand prices going up because, to a degree, because of inflation, because of production costs, because of material costs. I understand that. I'm not completely unreasonable about stuff. But what I was referring to is when Lego price hiked like double-digit percentage increases and stuff. Like it's known to almost anybody that knows what Lego is, man. Lego is not a cheap toy. Like, dude, I was at Walmart yesterday, man, and the Walmart employees were in the toy aisle, the Lego aisle, talking about Lego and all the like how expensive it is. And I was just like, I was like not even paying. I was trying not to pay attention to their conversation, man. But so I understand price increases, man. That's. But again, you just raised the price of the Brick Brick box $2, man. That is a lot in one jump, dude. And not only that, you are saving money on these boxes because it's a cheaper material to make, cheaper shipping. Like Lego's already saving money on this. So what I think is going on, man, is it's a combination of Lego just constantly likes to increase their prices just because, you know, hey, we're premium, so we got to stay expensive. But also, I think they're preparing for, you know, a slowdown, because I feel like we'll talk about it in the topic when we get to that. But I think a lot of people are pulling back some on how much they're buying.
Well, nobody spends. I mean, and this goes into our topic too. In anything in general, people stop spending money as much as they normally do on election years, and that's just a known thing that has always happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's definitely. I'm not going to retire or anything. It's just Lego does a lot of stuff, man. That, you know, some things are normal. Businesses, corporations do it. Other things, I'm like, I feel like you guys are really kind of stepping over a line there. But you know,
the main thing that I don't understand about the Lego in general, especially when it comes to stuff like this, is I feel like there's a lot of departments that don't talk to each other until it's too late. One of the reasons why I say that is because Lego has came out and said multiple times they won't touch on anything that's military, they won't touch on anything that's religious. But then they came out with the Osprey, and then it's like after the Osprey hits the shelf, they're like, oh crap. Well, now not only they've been talking about for the longest time that they are not touching on anything religious, but they're dropping a cathedral.
Yeah.
That's something I brought up too. I haven't really talked about it heavily, but so, you know, it's part of the news, so we should get into it right now real quick. All right, do I care, you know, if they make a religious building? Not really. I really don't care. But I'm usually, I try not to be hypocritical about stuff. I really try, but because I believe in principles. And this is something that I think
up while you're
okay. I think Lego's painting themselves in a corner, which they do a lot, because they don't make the correct decisions. Now, what a lot of people have told me is, you know, this is a very monumental architectural building. Totally agree with that. But it is a religious building. Now, the Taj Mahal is also a religious building, but it's not as easy as that. There's a little more, from what I was reading, there's a little more complexity to the Taj Mahal. But what I'm saying is, let's say that Lego says, well, we're doing this because of the monumental architectural building aspect of it, not the religious aspect of it. Well, there's also a lot of very cool monumental architectural religious buildings around the world, man.
So I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
1414 Falcon took down his post about the cathedral.
Really?
What?
Well, look, that could be because maybe Falcon doesn't have all the information and he's kind of worried, doesn't want to put something out there that's not true. B, maybe he felt like it was too spicy of a subject that might be going around, so he's like, let me just go ahead and take that one back out. Or maybe
It was reported.
Maybe he did hear something and Lego's like, yeah, we thought about it. You know, whatever. I don't know.
Well, here's how they're going to get away with it. So I've got it up right now through another website, and it's actually on a Catholic news website, and it says that Lego announces the new architecture set of Paris, the Notre Dame Cathedral. So if it's going to be put as an architecture, I'm not even going to say it. Like, Lego could do whatever they want with that.
Of course.
They're making churches and monuments and stuff like that, whether it's religious or not, but they're doing it in the architecture theme. I'm not even going to say there's anything wrong with that.
I wonder how much
Makes
that
sense.
has to do with it. So Bricklock says they're also doing it because they're getting ready to open it after the fire renovation. So that I'm sure that's got to have something to do with it, you know. Maybe even to the point where maybe Lego is like, they felt bad, maybe that, so it's hard to say, you know what I mean? And again, I don't hate Lego for it. I don't care, honestly. But it does. I just feel like they're going to make things complicated for themselves if they start,
I don't think they will if they're keeping another architecture line because of everything they've done. I mean, the Taj Mahal is like a huge burial place. You have the pyramids. That was, you got a bunch of different. I'm going to look at that as not religious at all. Like every one of those places they've done has like a huge religious, not belief, but like a religious background.
I know. And look, I'm going to talk out of my ass here for a second because I don't know the exact history of stuff. I just feel like, and I say I feel because I don't know this without looking it up, but I feel like the pyramids and the Taj Mahal weren't used like strictly for religious purposes.
No, the Taj Mahal wasn't religious. It was a burial ground.
Right, but I'm saying the Notre Dame, like that is a religious, like that's a church.
Is the Notre Dame?
It'd be just like if they decided to build like an architectural thing that was a mosque, you know what I mean, or a synagogue or something, you know what I mean. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's a specific thing. So I, again, don't care. I just don't know if they're going to paint themselves in a corner. It almost on a polar opposite end is if they did something that was kind of military-ish.
Here you go, right here. It says, it is worth noting that despite Lego having a policy against making religious sets, the Catholic cathedral was still chosen to be replicated. Some argue the focus is more on the architectural value of the landmark, but a similar case was made for the Taj Mahal set. The Lego set will be released approximately 6 months before the expected reopening of the historical cathedral in Paris.
But is Notre Dame the... What is it? Is it a seventh? Was it one of the wonders of the world?
No.
Okay, because the other two are. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Man, there's some really good comments out there. I see you guys.
Yeah, Pink Will said it's a place of worship.
It's a church. It's a full-blown church.
And think about this again. Oh gosh, man. I don't want to drop controversy in Good Morning Brickworld or whatever, but think about some of the controversy that has surrounded the Catholic Church too. You know what I mean? So, and that controversy also revolved around what?
Kids.
Yes. So I'm not, and for anybody that's Catholic, man, I'm not trying to. Don't take this the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Case by case.
I'm just no pun intended. I'm being the devil's advocate right now as far as like this topic goes.
Here we go. Hold on. Let's go ahead and change the background for Hive. You ready?
Don't. Got him.
And go.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Okay.
I have sinned.
Peace be with you and also with you. Look, and I grew up Catholic, so I know all about the Catholic Church, man. I used to try not to fall asleep when, they'd be like, you'd be like, oh gosh, man, I'm trying. Anyways, all right. Shy, what's up? How you doing? Good morning.
If that's the case, let the acknowledge the engineering achievements of transportation of the Osprey. The Catholic Church has killed more people than the U.S. military.
Oh my god! Oh my god! By the way, Backroads, I'm gonna let this comment slide, just because it's been a good mood, man. Because look, yeah, things go up, but $2.
Thought you were gonna let it slide.
All right, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
you can't because you have somebody like me where I like to buy elements. So if I go, I'm gonna buy like the gold leaves. I'm gonna just buy all of one. So if you're buying 5 and 6 at a time, that's a lot.
You know what I'm curious about, because I haven't experienced the padlocks yet. I'm wondering, and I know this is gonna sound ridiculous, but with my hands because of neuropathy and stuff, I'm just curious how easy it is to hold that thing, how stable it is on the bottom, if it's slippery. And I don't mean slippery like slope, but like it's hard for me to grip stuff, man. So like,
Noodles and Company, like their to-go boxes, it's kind of like that. I'm such a fatty. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
It's food.
I just look, man. I love those plastic cups.
Did anybody know? Are we still allowed to take the plastic cups in the store and fill them up?
Probably not.
I think they said no once they got the boxes.
Yeah,
So
they're like,
there's
screw your cups.
and that's the other thing. You don't get a recycling discount anymore.
Well, you'd think they like they'd let you just bring your cup in anyways because that's the best way to recycle, right? I'm not even going to use a
Recycling.
box.
I'm recycling.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't get your discount.
Sorry, I'm just checking out these
You
comments.
just gotta
real
wait for
quick.
AFOL day now, Hive.
Thank you for saying AFOL day. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Okay. There was really, because we're getting short on time, there's really actually just one set I kind of wanted to go over because I love this set so much. I know everybody else has talked about it, but I really
It better
just
be
wanted...
these like 19 F1 cars we're getting.
Well, we can look at that as well. All right, but first, guys, I
love that set.
Oh, you mean the land member set?
Y'all are foul. Y'all are not right.
Oh man, if I see one more early set, oh my god. Jeez.
It's for the community.
I'm gonna tell you what
forget.
though, it is kind of cool. I will give them this. I'm very on the edge of like whatever land members do. I appreciate it. I don't see what benefit it has, but I think it is really cool that all of the land members that got this have their name with that like
That was really cool.
printed on the box a certain way.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
They were all personalized. That was so cool.
Yeah. So
on the outside of the box. Yeah.
I'm really, this is the third set now that I don't think is that big, you know what I mean, that I want, but it's over $100, man.
What I want to know is why don't we get the base in this that all the land members got? Because that base was cooler than just this little piece.
Because they're land members, dude. I don't know.
They're special.
I'm applying to land. Hold on. I'm going on Lego's website right now.
I thought you already did.
No,
and got rejected.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing is the land. All right.
Look at that beautiful car right there.
Yeah,
That's
I said this the other
gorgeous.
day. Yeah, man, for Technic, dude.
Your neuropathy would hate you right there.
Yeah, it would. But this is a nice looking car, dude. It's a nice looking car, man. That is this, dude, for an F1 race car, Technic. That is a beautiful looking car, and it's smooth, dude. And I talked about how I know it's silly, but that little red thing on the seat, man, that headpiece or whatever, I absolutely love that thing. It just it really, really highlights, you know, the front fins. I don't know what that's called, but how it's got like the 3 layers, the spoiler. Yeah, like those. I think it's so sweet. This is a beautiful car, man. Yeah,
I don't mind any of them. I mean, that one looks really cool. The red and white Marble Killer looks really cool, even though it doesn't have marble on it. The thing that I love the most about some of these, though, is they're doing things that I didn't know Lego had the licensing for. Like on the red and white one, they have. I mean, it's technically a Honda. It's labeled as a McLaren, but if you know, you got to know some things. But it has a Honda engine in it. And I didn't know that Lego had the license for Honda. There's a bunch of stuff they could be doing versus keep giving us all these stupid Challengers and Chargers.
Agreed. And look, I'm not as familiar with these cars and stuff, but like, is that normal? Like over $200 for something like this? What does it say? 1,600 pieces? Okay. Because I mean, I know the Technic vehicles are cheap. I mean, I had the one Lambo.
The thing that people freak out about this is they go for the whole price per piece, and you can't really use that because these pieces. I mean, if you got to think, even that front splitter and the rear spoiler, the tires. I mean, look how big they are. So that's not just going to be a 10-cent piece.
I agree.
But yeah, that's pretty normal. I mean, the
reason I ask is because
the Batmobile. Well, the Batmobile was Lego. I mean, the Porsche was like $200.
Well, no, the reason I'm asking is because again, it seems like the prices have been raised on stuff again. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, is this normal, or did they raise the price on these vehicles too? Because the Speed Champions, which again are beautiful, they've gone up as well. I think they're pushing now 27. So I don't know. I was just kind of curious. This is interesting. They haven't done a F1 racer in Speed Champions, I don't think, have they?
Yeah, they have.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Because I know we got the dragster. But I know I can't remember doing the F1.
I don't. It's put up right now, but they just did one not last go, but the one before that.
What do you guys think about this?
I really like it.
It's cool.
I love it.
One of the cool things that they did with the other Speed Champions is the other Speed Champions F1 car they did. They had enough stickers in there to do it kind of two ways to where you could have each member of the team. Because an F1 team is more than one racer.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together at first, but I was wondering why the hubs were the way they were, but it's because of Chrome. With the window or the Internet Explorer Chrome. Because I was like, why are the hubs, the hubcaps, these different colors?
Well, they partnered with Google.
Yeah, I guess.
Conspiracy?
They got Chrome right here, and there it is right there too. Because I thought this was just the wall.
That's the air fins.
What?
Will the F1 cars and a bunch of the other like race cars have these? They're called aero discs.
Oh.
They go on in front of the wheel to cover it up to let air disperse out of the wheel better. So you're basically creating a fan while it's turning.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I never saw that picture. You know something I like a lot about the Speed Champions?
Look at that Xbox controller. That's the same controller they actually used for the Watergate.
I did not know that. But I love the figs that usually come with them as well. Oh yeah, and here's the other one. This is it's nice. I agree. It's really, really nice. What was it, 80 bucks? God damn, man. 80 bucks.
But that one I don't mind being 80 bucks. Because it's gonna be the same size as the Porsche one, and the Porsche one was like 110, 115, I think.
It doesn't look that big though, man.
Yeah, it does. Look how big it is compared to that minifig.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bigger than a Speed Champion. I mean, I can see that. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the people too, because I'm like, that guy doesn't look very big.
That guy doesn't look very happy. He looks really stoned.
Somebody called him like a skinnier Ed Sheeran or something? I can't remember who it was, dude.
Like, whoa, how did this get built, man?
So yeah, good stuff. I was gonna check out PromoVex real quick too, just to see if there's anything new going on. I did want to acknowledge this carousel gift with purchase, right? I mean, it's nice.
Hated it.
Let's see. Small plays at 230 pieces, 3 minifigs, March 1st. Oh, it's not a gift purchase, 25 euros. So that means what, like $55 or something? No, I'm just kidding.
They put a value on all the GWP, so it still could be a GWP, but they
put a value on it, but you can't buy it.
I know, but I need that banana peel. I thought I had one, but
you got to buy the Bowser car.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's cute. I love that one.
Yeah, because there was something I wanted to use that in the stop motion. I was like, I don't have one. So, all right. Well, that's the news. Good stuff. What's up, Brick and Brew?
Yo.
It says working on new audio for schedule done soon. Rock on, man. Well, if you get it, we'll definitely show it. All right. Let me just check out a few comments real quick. See what everybody was talking about. Just washed them Hive, used them as a tumbler set. Do you get a discount for bringing the boxes back? Yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
I don't. I didn't ask. I was so annoyed with the price hike. I'd left the store.
Sorry, I'm just thinking. Oh, so where's the outrage on this one? A shrine is a religious site. Well, I guess you ain't lying, man. You're right. Really like the Jago set. Good for a castle display. Yeah, man. I just want the instructions for the base they got. I haven't watched enough land videos, man, so I don't know what exactly the base looked like. I remember seeing it at a glance, but
when you're watching land videos, that's how you know what you want to buy and what you don't want to buy. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why you're against land so much, is because you're not using it respectively.
It's for the community.
Maybe so. Maybe so. And just so everybody understands, it's not necessarily land that I've been discussing more and more of lately. It's recognized fan media that I've been discussing more. But yes. Fall Equinox says, I have gotten a discount for reusing my box. Really? Asking nicely and not expecting a yes, but I don't think that will be the norm. Probably not.
Got it.
Probably not. Which is odd if they're saying they're doing it for the environment, but whatever. Rich, don't forget to use a different email address when applying for land.
My email address should be fine.
I mean, should be, you know.
I don't have any kind of crazy controversy.
What's up, Multigasm Geek? First speed champion F1 racer was 75879. Scuderia, did I say that right?
Scuderia.
Ferrari SF16-8. All right. Well, all right. Before we get into the topic, I know we're running over here a little bit, but let's go ahead and do celebration. Let's do celebration. Celebration. In case maybe particular people are watching, we do have another celebration we need to get on there. So don't feel bad if you're watching and you didn't see it on there. So we will add the couple that we saw today, Will's daughter and Rob Claxton with his birthday. And if you do have a birthday or a celebration, or not even just you, if you know somebody that has a celebration or something like that coming up, definitely shoot us a message and we will get it on the celebration video. All right, let's go ahead and do hashtag minifig Monday. All right. Got some celebrations, got some hashtags. I think that we are gonna have the flex next week, right? When I don't know, you're muted. I couldn't hear what you said. Now I can't see you.
Sorry, we didn't have any flexes this week.
It's okay. It's all right.
I was gonna flex this, but I do have neuropathy as a builder, and I bought it and got home and couldn't even build it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I was crying to Hive. It's like,
oh no need to do any crying. No need to do any crying. Drew, do you have anything, or you want to just wait till next week?
No, I have it. I was having issues uploading it, so I'm gonna see if it'll upload this time. There we go.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
I was gonna say, if you got it, it's cool. If not, it's all right.
No, there we go. Now it's uploading.
All right, cool. All right. We will definitely get into that in just a minute. Like I said, and depending on things, I haven't checked my messages yet. We may have a live stream calendar. All right. So while we're waiting on that, we'll go ahead and start talking about the topic for today, which is Lego spending, Lego budgeting. Let's check this poll real quick, see what everybody's talking about. So how do you buy Lego? Do you budget or do you impulse buy? So we got 47 votes. 55% said that they budget. 45% say they impulse buy. Now, I know this isn't exactly, an exact poll because you can impulse buy, but you might be impulse buying stuff that's on clearance. You can budget, but you can still, have things that happen, unexpected things, as is life. I'm sure a lot of us know that. A lot of us probably even live close to paycheck. So whenever something happens, a speed bump or something, it could really throw you off, and it could get more complex with more stuff, if you have a family, if you got a kid that's sick, or let's say your car breaks down or whatever, it can get difficult. So I know this poll isn't exact. It's just mainly trying to figure out with a lot of us if you do budget or if you just go out and you just buy whenever, whatever. And some things are complicated. So, for instance, I'm going to just use myself for example first, and I'll say like the mock that I'm building. Okay. Now, some of the mock I've been able to be able to plan out pretty decently. And I could probably do a lot better of a job. But so the stuff that I've planned out, I know how much it'll cost. Okay. There are some things though that are a little more unexpected, that I don't know exactly how many pieces I'll need or whatever. But the point is, I don't know to a T how much this mock is going to cost from start to finish. So because of that, there is a lot of stuff that I'm just kind of impulsively buying. Even if I did plan, and let's say I said, I need 100 of these pieces, and then I build it, and I'm like, crap, I still need 50 more. I miscounted or whatever. So I got to go buy 50 pieces. Now, an addendum to that is, do I have enough money? First of all, do I even make enough money to buy on a level of building a huge mock? But then am I putting money aside? Like, do I already have money, cash saved in the bank? Am I using my credit card? And when I go to Bricklink or whatever, am I trying to really look at shipping and the cheapest price? Or maybe even checking ratings, because let's say I go and say, yeah, I'm going to buy the cheapest price, right? But then I look at the ratings and I see like, man, a lot of people said they don't ship good or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of factors involved. So I usually mainly buy Lego with a credit card. I say that because it's fast and easy, and I don't really have any issues, keeping up with payments, and stuff like that. It's not the case with everybody. And I do use cash for a lot of different stuff. But mainly it's a credit card. And I don't really do too much budgeting per se. I budget some stuff, but not enough. I think mostly the stuff that I am budgeting is mainly to do with the mocks, not really with just buying sets and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I don't even know how a lot of people would, because a lot of my friends, they're all about Star Wars, man, and that's it. So all they really have to worry about is Star Wars. But there's a lot of us, myself included, where we dabble in a lot of different themes for different reasons. And that gets complex because, as we all know, like every month, pretty much sets come out, which also falls into the budgeting part. And before I give the mic to one of the other hosts here and we start looking at comments, I want to say something else. Lego themselves, have made trying to budget to buy their product extremely difficult. The only reason that we even get away with half as much as we do is because of leakers. If we didn't have leakers, we didn't even know about the AT-AT officially until like, the UCS one, I think officially until like roughly about a month before it came out. Now we knew from leakers a long ahead of time, but we could usually rely on leakers, but it doesn't mean they're always right. It doesn't mean Lego doesn't change stuff. But the point really I'm making is, even if you want to talk about leakers leaking stuff, that's great. But Lego themselves as a company has made it very difficult. One of the biggest things that they did was they took away the calendar. I've been complaining about that for about 2 years now. That calendar helped us navigate, not just gift with purchases, man. You know what I mean? But helped us navigate like when stuff was definitely coming out, because even when they do say stuff, it's hard to remember everything. You know what I mean? So for a product as expensive and can be exclusive and be as premium as it is, like I said, they don't make it easy for us to try and budget. And every month, pretty much, they've got a whole different wave of stuff coming out. So, because I don't know, I'll pass the mic. I don't want to sit here and just go off. I don't know if you guys want to go into anything in particular before we go back around.
I can chime in.
Sure.
With me, so like many, we build as a family, so it's a family thing. And when Mo was younger, I was buying 2 sets. I don't have to get 2 sets anymore. It was like 2 bugles, 2 everything. I mean, it was literally 2 of everything. And now that she's working, I don't have that stress and strain. But we do budget sometimes. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just don't get it. But I think one of the things when it comes to Lego purchasing that we don't talk about enough in this community, or we don't acknowledge, sometimes it's a psychological thing. Like, I got the phone booth because I wanted it. Some people, what do they call it? FOMO, or I want to keep up with the Joneses, or I gotta, I want to be a content creator, so I gotta get it before somebody else does. I buy what I want. I buy what I want to build. Not really caring. So if it's a day one for me, it's not, oh, let me get it out first. Let me do this. It's because I really want to buy it. But one of the things that helps us is gifts with purchases. So that's what takes my budget out of whack. So a lot of times Mo and I, what we do is we go to the register and we're like, hey, who's getting the points? Who's getting the GWP? Sometimes we both want it and we overspend, but that's something we kind of do. And then like, I know like Ritual, I'm in a lug, so I mock. So there's project support, there's lug bulk. I don't even know if we're supposed to talk about it, but so there's an order here that was certainly a couple $100, but there's like, so there's a pad wall, and then there's this isn't lug bulk, this is special project support. But it just basically depends. I think it's a case by case. I never use credit. Because I feel if I'm using credit, then I can't afford this hobby. And that's just how I finance. Not saying if you use credit, you can't. That's me. Because if I'm using credit, it means I don't have cash. That's how I spend.
Yeah. And to add to that, especially if you're young, out there watching right now, credit, yes, be careful. Because even if you get a credit card and even if you get a low interest rate or whatever, all credit is you're buying something with money you don't have. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be responsible. And in today's world, it is a good thing to have a credit card in case you need an emergency or whatever. But you've got to be careful, because I did a video a while back, like I don't know, a year or so ago, about Lego addiction. And that also kind of plays into what we're talking about with spending and budgeting and stuff like that, because I'm a very impulsive person. Like, I have to be careful with just about a lot of stuff in my life, man. I've been very close to being in trouble with certain things because I have an addictive personality, and I just love spending money. Now, I'll pay my bills and everything, man, but beyond that, I will burn a hole in my pocket. And I have not all the time, but I have a completionist mindset about stuff. But yes, be careful if you're using credit cards, okay? I mean, if you pay your credit card, you get a good interest rate, and you can be responsible, they can be a good thing. But yeah, be careful.
That's another point. But you know what? Sometimes I know a lot of people use credit cards because they get points. So you may get a point, and just pay it off. You may get like airfare, if you're going to convention. It's so many ways you have to budget, and then I'll finish. Because like if you trade sig figs, like I trade sig figs, so then you got
Mhm.
the sig figs. Then if you love Lego merch, love Lego, I gotta have all the t-shirts. I know Hive is the same. Then you got the accessories. Then you gotta have the stickers. If you send out sig figs, it's not just
Right.
the brick. Anybody who knows, it's not just the brick. It's and then don't even get into customs and stuff. I'll let Rich talk about that. But it's like, it's so many levels to it. We all don't do Lego the same. Some of us, we overlap how we collect, we overlap, but for the most part, yeah, it's man, there's so many money pits everywhere you turn. Like I said, if you give out stickers it's just a lot. Even the shipping, because every time I send out a sig fig, it's $5.
Yeah.
It's a lot to it.
Well, and also another aspect to all this, the spending and budgeting, is mock building. And I know Drew and Bearded Brix are pretty big into the mocks. I mean, and even Bearded Brix is like he's getting like some other types of levels now. Well, he's already been there, but it seems like he's always constantly growing. So you guys, now clearly, Rich, you buy sets. I don't think you buy them as much as us, obviously. You know what I mean? But you definitely buy them. But your bulk of spinning, and I would imagine you as well, Drew. I know you buy some sets, but it just seems like even though you don't build on the same scale as Rich, but you guys spend money on parts. And things that I've been learning more and more and more is parts get expensive.
The thing that I look at that, and a lot of people are going to get hurt by this, but I only buy Lego sets if the figs in it are worth it.
Yeah, same.
It's if you come down to it, like there are certain Lego sets I do buy, like the AT-AT. Once again, that goes back to the whole Hive thing and being a completionist. Do I need every single, UCS set out there? Probably not. Am I going to get every single UCS out there? Probably. Do I think that they're worth the money? Sometimes. Me building this AT-AT, I told Hive before we even started the stream, is a really cool build. There's certain things that I think that they really cheaped out on. I understand why they did it, but for it being not a playset, I don't understand why they did. There's a ton of stuff that I do different than anybody in this whole entire panel. There's probably entirely different than anybody in this entire chat. Me and Hive tried to explain it I tried to explain it to Hive one night that I don't just necessarily sit down and say, okay, I need this, this, and this. What I do is I pretty much have I know what I need, and I'll pull up Lego and Bricklink, and I'm going to see what I can get for the cheapest way possible. Because there's a lot of pieces that people don't realize that you can get off of Lego for next to nothing compared to what you get off of Bricklink. An example of that is a 1x2 plate with a bar in tan is almost $2 a piece, at least $1.50 a piece on Bricklink. No matter how many they have, no matter how much the discount is, they're almost like that. Lego, they're 6 cents a piece. Now, do you have to wait for them? Yes. But if you wait a month for 100 of them, you just saved yourself, another $150 versus buying something that you had to, and I'm not even going to say impulse, but buy right then and there. Now, if you're in a pinch because you get a mock that you're building and you have to have it right then and there, that's its own thing. If you need 2 of them, sure, whatever. You spent $3-4. But if you're spending money on bulk buying like that, it just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of I'm like a really bad example to use when it comes to a lot of the mock stuff because I do have, I'm not going to call them sponsors. I have good friendships. And it has got me very far in this whole community. I will say that I've got 2 really good friends that own Bricklink stores, and how I found them was pure coincidence, just the right place, right time thing. And there's been countless times where I've reached out to them and they have helped me out more than they've ever should. A perfect example of that is I'm building this Clone Wars mock. I want plants that just look absolutely insane. And a lot of the times you can find pieces that just don't make sense at all. There's a Bricklink store that I reached out to. I know them pretty well. They're in the chat quite often. and they had 290 of this piece that I could make work, but it was like 18 cents a piece. And I was like, what would you do if I bought them all? And she told me what they would lower them to. And I was like, deal. It's just something that also, and you got to realize not every Bricklink store is going to do that for you. If it's a 1x2 brick that they're going to sell all the time, that doesn't matter. I don't ask for 1x2 bricks like that. I ask for stuff that I know that no one else is going to go buy 290 of this piece. They're just not going to. At the end of the day, do I really know why I did it? Probably not. I'm going to make plants out of them, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, when we're talking about budgeting and you're going into the, I guess, like the custom world, I don't even have an answer. That's
custom's a whole nother subject.
No budgeting there.
The way my budgeting is set up, and this is going to sound really weird, but I have where my check gets deposited every week. It is split. There's X amount of money that it goes into one account, and there's X amount of money that goes into the bill account. The bill account is pure for bills. That doesn't mean that if my car decides to break down, I have that money out of there. That's out of the other account. That other account is what I use 100% for Lego. And there's been countless times where I'm like, well, there's $500 in there. Let's go spend $500 on Lego.
Right.
I mean, there's countless times that I've done that.
So two things I think definitely y'all should pull away from the stuff Rich has been talking about is one, check lego.com, for certain pieces you're looking for.
People don't realize too that like to go 100% of that is if you spend $35 on Bricklink, you're still going to have to spend the next like $10 on shipping. If you spend $35 on Lego's website, you're not paying for shipping. So you have to factor that in. And not only do you factor that in, but is a gift with purchase a thing?
Yeah.
If a gift with purchase is $150 and you can only come up with $100 worth of stuff that you want to buy, put a freaking set in there. You can ask Drew. Me and Drew have talked about it countless times. Every time there's a gift with purchase, I will go fill a cart up with pick a brick until it's about $30 short, and I add a freaking Clone Trooper pack.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were talking about this, it just threw me for a loop when he was telling me this because, I just would have never, because you think Lego, like it's going to be more expensive. But the thing is, yes, Lego can be expensive, but they still have like a retail kind of value on a brick. It's not like if somebody buys it and then they try and resell it for whatever they want to say it's worth, whatever. But Lego doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
What I told Hive, and this is 100% what people need to realize, is if this bar right here on Bricklink is going to change the price every different color. Lego, it's not going to. Lego don't give a crap what color it is. They give a crap what kind of piece it is. So it's going to be like 2 or 3 cents across the board. Whereas one of these colors might be really rare to find, and Bricklink, it's going to ask $4 or $5 for it.
Yeah, so you're not going to find a deal on everything or whatever, but it's just worth checking, especially if you got to order a lot of that piece or something. You know what I mean? And then, once you get to a certain amount, also you get free shipping. So the other thing to pull away from what Rich was talking about is you can't always use the same Bricklink store. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't have the part or whatever you need, but if you like a Bricklink store and let's say they got general good inventory that you can pull from and stuff, use them a lot. And not saying they're gonna do what Rich was talking about, but look, I know from a lot of businesses in my life, man, like if you're loyal to them, if you spend money, especially if you spend a lot of money with them, dude, they'll hook you up, man. Sometimes they'll give you a little bit of discount. Sometimes they'll just throw something in with your order. Or just sometimes they'll at least prioritize you and be like, look, I was going to wait till later tonight to ship this out. But you know what? These guys are loyal. They give me a lot of money. I'm going to get this out right now to them. Because the thing I've also learned in all kinds of businesses, and this is what I learned from work as well, something about negative comments compared to positive comments. Like a positive comment will only go so far. You know what I mean? But like if somebody doesn't like your business or complains, that stuff travels like lightning, man. So check lego.com and definitely, be loyal to some Bricklink stores.
A lot of things, like I said, and me and Drew talk about this a lot, that people don't realize is when you're building, this sounds really weird, but I even split it up a little further. I only use Bricklink for stuff that I'm buying like 100 pieces and like 2 of each quantity. I won't go to Lego. If I order off a Lego, everything's in either an increment of 25, 50, or 100 or 1,000. I mean, you know, that's all it is.
Right.
I won't go on there and buy 2 pieces of something. And a lot of people ask me all the times, especially with all this Brickmania stuff I have. They're like, well, how much does that cost? And I don't have an answer for that because I'm not going out and buying, you know, this right here, for example. I did not go out and sit down and calculate how much it costs to buy this. I simply went, found all the pieces I needed, uploaded them, and bought them. And it comes from more than one store. You're not going to ever find there's never going to be a store out there that has every single thing you need. There's just not. If they are, it's one of the stores like I forgot the name of it, but like the Triple B store on there, and every freaking piece on that whole entire website starts at $1. It doesn't matter what it is. It's $1. It's I mean, like a 1x1 stud, $1.50. It's like, no, I'm not.
God dang, man.
If you're going out there and you're buying off of Bricklink and Lego, just be aware. Save yourself money. Now, I don't necessarily I like beat this in people's heads, but like I don't save money. I'm just going to tell you that honestly, 100%. It's if I go to Lego's website and I'm like, oh, it's $50, I'm like, well, how can I get it to 100?
Right. All right, so I wanted to acknowledge a few comments out here. First of all, Gabriel, thank you so much. Appreciate that donation. It says I budget a set amount per month. I know I go over my yearly goal, but rationalize it that golfing or fishing hobbies would cost me more. This is something also I haven't really ever had to justify or explain myself to Mrs. Hive. Mrs. Hive is extremely supportive. Every once in a blue moon, she'll give me like a weird look or something, you know, like, but, and she probably would have never guessed, you know, like I would have been this deep into Lego, but yeah, I've often told her like, yeah, you know, like Lego's really the only thing I spend money on, you know what I mean? Which is true. I mean, pretty much that's all I spend money on, but, so let me do a thing real quick for that donation. I appreciate it very much. Gosh, man, let's do the Tron one since I'm doing the mocks.
Taking him into the maze.
Bang, bang. What else we got going on here? And also, Brick and Brood, I saw the calendar, so we definitely will have a live stream calendar today. Let's see here.
You know, there's another thing, Hive, that we just discussed recently is, and this is for saving, look outside of the U.S. So some people, the conversion rate is like 30% almost. You know, make sure that you're looking everywhere because sometimes it's more expensive, but sometimes going outside the U.S. can really give you.
Yeah. Real quick before I get into some more of these comments, because you guys got some good comments out there. One, all of us here are based in America. So that's what we know pretty much, you know, American spending, American money, you know, all the stuff that we got, interest rate type stuff. It's hard for us to speak on the rest of the world. I have no idea what you guys, even across the pond, you know, like over like in the UK, like you think it'd be very similar because we all speak English and stuff, but like your guys' tax rate is like completely different whole thing over there. You know what I mean? I don't even think you guys have sales tax. I think it's just everything is just tax. Whereas over here we got sales tax, and then each state's different. You know, so another thing I want to just point out real quick is a good way to budget and stuff. And I know we've seen it in the comments. We've talked about it. Is to find stuff on clearance, on sale, and all that. The reason why that isn't getting as good as it used to be anymore is because prices and stuff aren't keeping up with or outpacing wages like significantly. And not just with Lego. I'm just talking about everything. You know what I mean? Like gas, utilities, whatever, rent. So like I've brought this up a couple times. Let's say you find a Lego set at 25% off, right? Well, with the rate that Lego's been increasing the prices and everything, on top of everything else, when you find stuff on clearance and sale, it's just not that great of a deal anymore. I mean, you can still find them and it's still better than nothing, but it's just not the same because those deals are almost the same prices as they were just like a year ago, really. You know what I mean? So it's just, it doesn't
I love whenever you go to Walmart and it's like set was $49.99. Now it's $46.99.
$46.99. I was looking at one of those yesterday. Like they even had it in a separate clearance aisle. And I'm like, guys, at least wait till it gets maybe $10 cheaper before you start putting it over there. All right, so let's check out some of these comments real quick. I'll go ahead.
You know something we forgot about too? I'm sorry.
No, you're
Rich
fine.
just did it. Maximize AFOL days and double points. Rich just showed us what you can do if you maximize double points and like AFOL days.
Yeah, so this sounds really dumb, but like, and it might go a step further. But like I said, you can do this with set building too. I'm a mock builder, so I know it goes a little different. I have to do a little more, I guess, like configuration. But if they've got a gift with purchase out there, it's at $150 price point, and you're going to buy 5 sets that together equal $300. Right. Make 2 separate transactions. Do 2 separate orders.
Yeah, you know, another thing too that I forget about all the time, as much as some of our people in the community promote it, there are ways. Again, it's not the best thing in the world, but there are ways you can save some money. Get what's that one app that you go through that can take you to the Lego site or whatever? Oh gosh, it gives you a percentage, like you get cash back. Rakuten.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like if you go through that and then maybe go on like what you guys are just talking about, go on where there's double VIP points and stuff. Now that doesn't always work out. Just because there's double VIP points or give a purchase doesn't mean you should go out and buy Lego. That again, that would, you know, be about the budgeting part and trying to plan things out and stuff. But if it coordinates the right about time, you know what I mean? It's definitely worth it. Get your double VIP points. Look, get anything you can from Lego, okay? And I don't say that in a mean way, because they do a lot of good things, and getting gift with purchases and stuff is awesome, you know. But we give them a lot of money, so get what you can. Drew, what do you think, man? Like, how do you go about like with your spending and budgeting and stuff?
Well, I used to keep my orders on Bricklink like under $70, and I was one of those people. Like when I was in high school, I got a credit card and I used it for Lego, which was a terrible decision.
In high school, no less, man.
Yeah,
I was in my 30s when I got my first credit card.
Well, it was like, or it was at the end of college. I mean, end of high school or beginning of college, I think, something like that. So where like my parents were just giving me more responsibility to do.
Well, at least you got, you know, you were learning it pretty early on, man.
I learned it to this day. But yeah, so that's definitely like, I saw Fab Blondie's. She does it like, so she gets, oh, of course, right when I talk.
It's okay. We can still hear you, brother. We can still hear you. You're fine.
Let me see here. There we go. So basically, I like the idea of like, you know, points back and the whole 9 yards. I think that's a good idea, especially when Lego comes back with it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I did see someone else put a comment in saying that, like, you know, we're all screwed if Lego opens up their line of credit and stuff like that. I think that's not a bad idea. Definitely will screw over a lot of people, but yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. And now Rich is gone, but I agree with Rich that, like, you know, we've talked about it a lot and things like that, but he kind of turned me on to if you're already spending $35, why pay another $5 to $10 for shipping from Bricklink? Now you have your good Bricklink sources that will take care of you, you know. Mm-hmm. I do have the Camel City Brick House. I haven't ordered a Bricklink order not forever now. But I do the same thing as Rich does. Like when I built my huge Kashyyyk mock, like I was finding where it is the cheapest, where it is the best, and how quick could it get it to me. Right. That I wasn't going to spend $2 on a piece if I had to wait a month. I'd rather just wait a month and not spend $2 on a piece. So now, like, it works for me. Like, I'm set up to do like huge mocks, but I don't have the space to do huge mocks. So I have almost all the pieces I need to do these smaller mocks. So like, I'm not spending that much because I'm like, oh, I do have that piece, you know? Yeah. but like when I go to a bigger place, I'll probably be buying a lot more Lego to be able to source these big mocks. But I've also gotten to the point where I don't need to buy as much because I have so much that like these little drawers are just a fraction of what I have.
That reminds me too, because something else that a lot of people can do to maybe save a little money and stuff like that is something I did, for a couple of years. I haven't done it in a while. Is I would go on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes other things like Let Go or whatever, and I would find like, yeah, we have this big tub of Lego for sale for $100, right? So I'd call them up and I'd be like, yeah, I got $80 cash I can give you for it, And generally, most of the times, it's just parents and their kids are gone and grown or whatever, man. They just they don't know the value of it. They don't care. They just want to get rid of it, dude. Yeah. And you would not believe some of the stuff you will find in these things, man. Because again, someone like me, even though it's a pain in my butt, if I'm like selling a big bin of Lego, I'm going to kind of sift through it and everything, make sure I'm not selling a Darth Revan. But like, these parents don't care, man. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a good way to do it. And I don't mean to try and find a Darth Revan in there. And I'm just talking about like bulk parts. Like when you're making Mills plates and you need all those 2x4 bricks and whatever, you know what I mean? What's that?
Oh, I just had a few more things.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The other thing I do is the same thing as Rich. Is like I only buy a set if it has the figures I want in it. For one, and for two, I really only buy sets if like I'll buy random sets that don't even have an interest to me, but they're so dang cheap that I'll buy. Like the last year's police training academy thing.
Oh yeah.
At Walmart, it was for less than $30, and normally it's $100, $110, and I got it for $33. I just waited till it just dropped from $50 to $30, and I got like all these figures, all these pieces for just dirt cheap. Then
what Drew is talking about, this is a prime example. This set was on clearance at Walmart for $12. The Triceratops in this set is worth like $18.
Yep.
Plus you get figs, plus you get vehicles, plus you get parts.
Exactly. And they're all flesh-tone faces.
Yes.
Well, and that's something I know a lot of people do. Like if they just want parts for maybe, they'll buy a set like that, sell the figs, sell the dinosaur, keep the parts, you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Well, and the other thing is be willing to curate your collection. Like there's a lot of sets that I had before, especially when I was moving, that I'm like, I still haven't opened this up, and I don't use them. Why do I have them? If like for me, I know the value of a lot of Lego pretty well.
Right.
That when I went to Bricks and Minifigure, I got probably one of the best deals you'll ever see, of like just over $1,000. I got my white whale, I got everything, plus I got $300 in cash. And so like that was a rare deal that you won't ever find. Of course, I had really good things that I've had for years, but I don't use them. I know the value of them. But like I came prepared that like in this baggie, let's make a deal, whatever. But in this baggie, we need to break down minifigure by minifigure what we're gonna do. I mean, I spent like 3 hours there with like Harrison or Brickmaster Harry, and he was a trooper just for hanging out with me. But like, if you know what your values and you come prepared to BAM, because I know a lot of people have a lot of good things about BAM and a lot of bad things about BAM. If you go to the right BAM and you come prepared, you're going to come out on the winning side.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it, man. And like you said, it's a good way to help budget and pay for Lego, is like you said, curate.
Well, and I got sets and stuff that I wanted, that just works out.
One thing that we have talked around and no one said is when I first started in the Lego, and that was like a few years ago, as a serious AFOL, someone told me stick to certain themes. Don't try to do it all. Like I don't get Star Wars. Like stick to a thing. So if you have something you like, it could just be Brickheads. Stick to that. Don't because there's a displaying issue. There's a space issue. It's not just a money issue. If you do too much, there's nowhere to put it. And like Drew said, you end up with a whole bunch of boxes.
Well, and that's a problem with Lego, because Lego likes to make everything.
You don't have to buy it.
No, you're absolutely right.
One of the
And
things that nobody has talked about is friends. And I'm not talking about the Lego theme, but I'm talking about like actual friends. Because you can find a lot of
The
stuff.
hookups,
and
yeah, they'll hook you up.
I just bought, I think it was 10 Pick-a-Brick cups full of different color masonry bricks for $50.
Yeah, I will also say different people out there have hooked me up because they found stuff at a Pick-a-Brick wall, you know. And yeah, I paid for it, but like, you know, like they're overcharging me or trying to make money, you know. They just basically whatever the cup was, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's not really per se like a budgeting type thing or whatever, but
Yes, it is.
well, no, I mean, like, well, yeah, you're right. It is because maybe instead of like buying it from Lego.com or maybe buying it from Bricklink, you know, you just got a friend that says like, hey, man, I know you're looking for these. How many cups you want? You know what I mean? And even though they just raised the price, you still might get a better deal. You know what I mean? So, all right, real quick. Fab Lottie Bricks. Hello. Thank you for being here. Topic Bricks says, I find myself not wanting as many sets anymore. So when I do want that set every once in a while, I just go ahead and pick it up. But when I bought sets more regularly, I use budget for that. I think that's a common thing. A lot of us are kind of pulling back for different reasons. Might be money, might be just because even though Lego stuff is really great, they're expensive, or maybe just like a lot of the Star Wars ships that I've been talking about lately, they just kind of dumbed down a little bit more. Just not interested if it's not going to look good enough to display or whatever. My Bricks and me, what's up? Very few smart people have the strength to only use their credit card when they can pay immediately with cash and they rack up points. I'm not one of those people, so it is very hard sometimes. Also, with the credit card thing, one of the silver linings is, you know, let's say you can't make your payments, you got a good interest rate or whatever. A lot of credit cards give you these little perks. So like I have an Amazon Prime card. So every time I use it, man, I get Prime points. And I ain't gonna lie, man, you know, I mean, I usually come out with $30, $50, $100 in a month almost in points, which is like $1, you know, like 1 point's $1. So I use that quite a bit to help out pay for Lego as well. Multigasm Geek, what's up? Great info, Brick Babe. I remember you wrote that earlier when she was talking about a lot of stuff. All right, we are gonna get into the schedule here. I just want to just run through these comments real quick. I got the Jazz Club for free with my points. I bought the Avengers Tower with 150 roughly points, something like that. So yeah, man, it just, you know, it's just a pick and choose, a balancing act, you know. Even like I like a lot of times I'll say like, oh, I wouldn't spend that much money on that, but I will spend that much money on this, you know what I mean? And it's still a ridiculous price for that, you know. It's just what you feel comfortable, you know, spending enough money on. Sometimes you can save money just by staying organized and sorting your pieces. Yes. Do you know how many times I've bought pieces when if I would have just looked for half an hour? That's why I look at, you know, like Rich and like Drew and other mock builders and stuff. And I'm like, I need to start organizing, man. Like, I really need to start organizing. Well,
the more you organize, you don't overbuy.
Well, yeah. I mean, and plus it's just good because it helps with speed, you know, like you're not like, dude, I'll be like throwing pieces all over the place, digging through boxes, looking for stuff, man. I mean, pretty soon I'm gonna have you guys start shaming me for that type of stuff. What is
Brick Block talking about? OMG, some Drew's picture.
Some Drew's picture. Maybe it was when the camera went out or something. I'm not sure. All right, everybody. We're going to do the live stream calendar, and then we'll do our outros and goodbyes. Let's get the screen shared. Making sure I got the volume. Can't see. Where is it? I know I had it up here somewhere. Maybe I didn't. It's like, what the heck, dude?
Wop, 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 wop.
I know. Oh, there it is. All right, got it. Okay. I gotta share the screen again, don't I? Nope. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, I did have it.
Good morning, Brick World, and welcome to the Eightfold Streaming Guide for the week of February 5th to the 11th. This week's highlighted stream is the Mockheads, hosted by the Minifig Who and Brickaskew every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. If talking interesting building techniques and part usage is up your alley, or checking out cool custom creations built out of Lego, the Mockhead stream is for you. Please note that all times are in Eastern Standard Time Zone and are subject to change, so see description for updates. Now let's get into this week's streaming guide. Monday on Twitch at 4 a.m. Billsy, 4 p.m. King Oldendorf of Game Time, 8 p.m. Titanium J, 8:30 p.m. Jeans Version. On Instagram at 9 p.m. Mom and Mo. YouTube at 8 p.m. Old Gray Bricks. Tuesday on Twitch at 4 p.m. Jake Studs, 6 p.m. Bricklink, 8 p.m. Lightning JR. On YouTube at 5 p.m. Michael J Productions, 8 p.m. Johnny Builds, and 10 p.m. Bigonomics. Wednesday on Twitch at 4 a.m. Billsy. On Instagram at 6 a.m. Rainbow Bricks Lug. On YouTube at 3 p.m. Mockheads. 8 p.m. we have 3 shows: Quick Build Bricks, Clicking Cliff, and Bearded Brix. At 9 p.m. we have 3 more shows: 2 Figs 1 Set on the ELPN channel, Bricksmith, and Canadian Brick Builders. Thursday on Instagram at 7 a.m. The Brick Shelf and Friends. 8 p.m. Bricks Why Not and Virginia Bricks. On YouTube at 3:30 p.m. Family Bricks. And then at 8 p.m. we have 3 more shows: The Basic Brick on the ELPN channel, Old Gray Bricks, and a couple of Brickheads. And then at 9 p.m. Ben's Brick Designs. Friday on YouTube at 2:30 p.m. is London Calling. At 7 p.m. Friday Night Bricks. 8 p.m. Building with Buds. And at 10 p.m. Full of Brick. Saturday on Twitch at 8 a.m. we have Tasman Bricks. 9 a.m. Brook Bricks. 3 p.m. Matt Mellish. And 8 p.m. Lightning JR. On Instagram at 4:30 a.m. Claire Lego Mom, The Brick Shelf, Lego Auto Hoss, Cooking with Bricks, and Bricks Why Not. On YouTube at 5 p.m. Top Brick. 6:30 p.m. The CPA Full Podcast. 9 p.m. A Full After Dark. 10 p.m. Macro Builds. Instagram at 8:30 p.m. Build Away the Sunday Scaries. On YouTube at 10 a.m. Good Morning Brick World. 11 a.m. Ben's Brick Designs. 1 p.m. Tricky Bricks. 2 p.m. Fab Blondie's Bricks. 3 p.m. Hallow Time on the ELPN channel. 3:30 p.m. The Brick Bods. 7 p.m. Haulin' and Ballin'. And at 9 p.m. we have 2 shows: Clickin' and Brickin' and Moments of the Magic. That's been the streaming guide for this week. Take care.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, as always, Brick and Brood, for that. I like to make sure everybody knows, man, that if you see Brick and Brood, thank him for it. He doesn't get paid for this stuff. He's got a family, he's got a busy life, and he still manages to try and get one of these out for us all the time. So thank you, Brick and Brood. All right. Well, let's start going down the panel. Bearded Bricks, what you got going on, man? What you want to shout out?
Finally got that order in that got lost. So as soon as we end this, I'll be continuing to pop out another castle video. I've also am like 85% of the way through with another clone video. So I'm hoping to get both of them out this week and just get caught back up. I'm on day 41 of doing a short every day. So I've got material now a little bit, but I'm kind of concerned of what's to come in the future.
Dude, it's tough, man. Like, even with a short video, trying to come up with something every day, man, is not easy.
Well,
I don't think I could do it, man.
I feel like me doing a video every day about an order I get is kind of like a brag. I know,
but you need material, man. Like,
that's the other part of that. I mean, it's
I'm
gonna keep nailing it. What about y'all?
Drew, what you got going on, man?
I am getting close to finishing this small mock. Let me see. I redid the whole crappy garage. Not crappy, but it wasn't a garage, but whatever it was.
Yeah, the city set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. God dang, I didn't know you were putting a whole nother floor on it.
Yeah.
Holy
I put 2
crap.
floors and it all lights up. So
Dude.
I realize I'm ready to build some castle stuff because this is starting to turn into a castle. But yeah,
I'll sell you one to give you a head start.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, sorry, I can't say that. My bad. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
man. That looks good.
But
I love it.
they're all starting to get interiors for some parts that are see-through. But other than that, it's coming together.
Hell yeah, man. And that was just one set and you've been building onto it, right?
Yes and no. The only thing that's actually been built onto was the crane that I don't even know if I'm gonna keep in there because like it just blocks out everything.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess
it's a nice crane though.
It kind of. Let's see if I can lift this up without it falling everywhere. The thing is, that this is a pretty sturdy. I mean, the crane just kind of. I mean, the crane works. It breaks up that gray color.
Yeah.
Caught it.
Good call, dude. Goodness. It does break up the monotony, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
All right, on, man. Anything else you want to shout out?
What just opened up? I just opened up like the whole. That's not good. There we go. I opened up this whole like software coding thing, and I don't even know what I hit.
Yeah, don't try and code on the show, man. You're gonna
Right?
get lost on that one.
The video for this will come out hopefully by the end of this week. I don't know when I'll finish it. I know reels are coming out almost every day about this thing, and then one big long video will come out about it. I'm kind of taking a break on the Minecraft thing, not because I want to, just because I haven't found something that fully inspires me yet. I have pieces for whatever I want to build next.
Yeah.
But I really kind of want to like put that on the burner because I have like all this castle stuff that I would love to fill up this whole 7-foot plus to 10-foot table right here that I have like one big castle in the backside that droops all the way down into like this whole I don't know what yet.
Well, at least you have something kind of waiting for you, man. When you get done with that, So.
Exactly. But yeah, not much. Just chilling.
Awesome, man. Brick Babe, what about you? What you got?
Nothing much. Just celebrating Black History Month, so check that with the Dream Builders lug. Just highlighting amazing people. Then Brickcraft sent me a Bob Marley mosaic kit, and I've been building that. So here's a sneak peek.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
building every day. I add on to the panel, so follow me so you can see every day up until the Bob Marley movie, which comes out on the 14th. I'll add to the panel.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's about it. Mom and Mo is always the best show in the world. That's on Monday. Other than that, just celebrating Black history. That's it. So
yeah, everybody, Brick Babe's always got stuff going on Instagram. She's got multiple like podcast shows and all kinds of hashtag stuff, and and just collaborations with people, and of course Dream Builder vlogs, and then got Mo Lights Camera Mag Lego, and so definitely go over there and check her out. As far as me, I don't know. I got multiple things I'm working on at once. I'm working on the stop motion, but it's a long stop motion, and there's a lot to it. Once I get it filmed, I got multiple voicing parts I need kind of help with. I've already talked to a few people that have like more of like permanent type voicing roles in the stop motion, but there's a lot of like just random stuff throughout it. So once I get everything pretty much filmed, I got to tighten up the dialogue, the script, and then I'll start like shooting out and seeing if anybody wants to like do this or do that. I've already kind of pre-planning the next one that Rich and Drew are going to do voices for me. But I just don't have that completely laid out yet because it's kind of a comedy. I just don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. Anyways, and then of course, we've got Good Morning Brick World every Sunday. I'll probably have a new week in review coming out next week, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just did have a Hive stream. It will be going to members only probably by the end of the day. So if you want to watch it and you're not a member, you got a little bit of time left to go watch it. So go watch myself look like a fool. All right. Okay, for everybody that's new around here, we're going to go ahead and do the outro. The outro involves where I highlight members, put their names up behind or in front of like some sort of background. It's usually different every week. And yeah, we appreciate all of you. And
my Vikings videos is in there,
Oh,
but we can play it next week. I don't mind. We can wait till next week.
Okay,
Let's just wait
all
till
right.
next week.
Yeah, we'll wait till next week. That way we'll give Drew a break, so you don't have to worry about next week. So yeah, we'll have it for next week. But yeah, like I said, the outro, we do everybody's name for the members, and like I said, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
Smash it.